Hello, welcome back to Bonsai Druid. I'm Susie, and today we are going to work on some Green Isle Ficus little cuttings that I have had done, and we're going to take them out of this pot, and we're going to find some little pots that I picked up cheap and put them in new homes. And also I have a South African fig with a crazy root, even longer than my hair practically. Got this thing all grown out. That's like a root or something growing up out of the pot. It's about almost my arm's length. I feel there's going to need to be some trimming in this little guy's future. The Green Isle banyan. There's a couple of rocks. Also, these are the pots that I'm looking at. This is probably the smallest pot that I have. It needs to be gone over with some descaler. Just kind of a dark, almost like a matte black, almost like a Reiku firing on it. This one that came with one of the many little tiny trees that I've bought from Bonsai Show over the year. In fact, that tiny little pomegranate might have come in this one time. And then these baskets here are ones that I put videos about getting at, I think it was Costco. And you can see I drilled holes, not drilled, but I melted holes in the bottom with a wood burning tool. In the open air, not inside my studio, because it smells. Actually, the funny thing is, this must have more plastic in it. Wherever I got these gray ones, I think the gray ones came from Aldi or something. But these ones melted more like plastic. But when I did these, they left the wood burner a lot cleaner. And this was made out of some kind of wheat straw and something else combined to make these. So I don't know how durable they'll be, but they definitely didn't have all the stink of burning a plastic material. So that might be better for me slightly. And the round ones, I put some holes in the bottom. I also did one of these long ones just in case that root is something I could maybe plant lengthwise in here. And then these other two pots are some of the smaller pots that I've had that I bought trees in many years ago. I don't know if I'll use any of these for these particular plants right now. But Green Isle banyan does look good against a nice blue. Cobalt blue and ultramarine blue. They would look real good against blue. So we'll move these out of the way. And we'll dump this out. This is probably a mix of whatever scraps of soil I had left. And obviously a bunch of lava rock. Don't need that. I probably was using that just to fill the bottom of the pot depth-wise. Oh, there's a worm. Hey, worm. I was going to say, it doesn't smell great. Oh. I lost my light. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't wait around till summer to repot this. Okay, now I'm just going to keep losing my light. So let's see. Got one. This one's definitely got more roots. Two. Looks like four. This one's got a nice set of roots too. And this one. It's a bit straighter than the others, but it's okay. It's got a longer taproot too, so I could probably trim it maybe up to these areas. That would shorten it. I think that's everybody. I think the rest of the rocks in here are just lava rock, not anything salvageable. Alright, let's get rid of this soil. Okay, so this is what we have. This one. There's the roots. I feel like it's really hard to see it. Maybe I have too much light on it. Let's see, then there's this one, which has quite a lot more roots. It's got a couple right here and here. So this section could come off and shorten that. This one I think I would just take a little bit of this length off and leave the rest of this to do its thing. Well, there's a little bit that's kind of high up. I might take these little high up ones off. There's a little bit of a bend there. Now this one has a nice bend in the trunk here. Comes up and then over. Could try to do something with that. It's got a little bit of a taproot section laying lengthwise, but I can probably work with that for the time being. Just take a little off here. And then this one also has a little bit of movement in the trunk. It's a little more of a not as drastic bends if anything, but it's got nice roots. No taproot under here. So that one I would probably put Um, Probably get away with this one in one of the square ones. Like in that one. Go ahead and do that in the white. And this one's so little. I'll probably grow this one in a round. And this one in the last of the square pots. So those are the choices I think I'm going to make on these guys. This one, this one, this one, and this one. There we go. And we're going to tape over the holes I just made first. Go there. Yeah, these little guys are pretty easy to grow. And they're easy to grow indoors, which is another nice thing. If you're in a situation where you can't really deal with having plants that have to live outdoors or need places to go dormant, these guys don't seem to need to go dormant. They like being awake. And they're pretty tolerant, in my experience. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had them so long. And this last one. Oh, I've lost the edge. Where is it? Should be interesting to see how these pots hold up side by side. The ones with a little more plastic in them, the ones with a little more of whatever that wheat, some kind of stuff made out of wheat. All right. This mix that I'm using is from Scenic Hill Farms. This has more organic material in it since these are young and since they are the ficus. And I still want them to grow and develop. I'm going to use more of the organic material in these. Plus these little pots with all their side holes. I don't want them to be able to dry out quite too fast when it hits summer and they're outside. So let's take a look at this one. Yeah, it grows pretty much straight down here. It's got these high up roots here. One over this side. There's one back here. One right here. Or I could clip these taller ones off. This would be a taller tree forking up here. I think I'm going to leave this clump of roots, these roots, and take this knob off the bottom. Everybody else out of the way. There's some pretty small ones here. There we go. I'm going to plant that in. Maybe even on an angle. We'll see. Oh, where's the thing? I'm going to have to trim this one back because it is a little. I'll try and get it in like that. Bring it up a little bit higher. I have to lean a little bit to the back side. And at the moment, use one of these little rocks, lava rocks, just to keep it from giving it a place to lean that way. And so I remember that I want it to lean that way and don't straighten it out later going, what am I doing? So there's one. Up here. Let's see. Next one. We'll do this one. This one's got, most of its roots are really coming out of just this very end, so I'm just going to trim. Of course, I always get one spot that doesn't have a radial root base. There's always one. Got that one, that one. See where the long ones are. Yeah, I think I'm going to plant that like that. Just that little bit of sway to the side. I like it. if I should put... Well, we'll just go with the way we're rolling. Kind of get that root base splayed out a bit there. What's this one? I should trim that off before it makes trouble. There. Lay these out. This stuff is so much more fluffy than when you're working with the all organic stuff, or inorganic stuff. So fluffy. Yeah, I don't know what you're chirping at, little bird. Trying to get the roots to flow down. Need a chapstick for this one. Well, I think this one had the best developed root base of them, as far as like the radial nature of the root base. I'm hoping I got it up as high as I want it. Skinnier. Skinnier toothpick. I like that root base there. Why are you making all these noises? The groans are coming. Oops, from behind the scenes. This one. Are you commentating behind my back? Well, stop. Yeah. my tree fell over. Apparently, I pushed it too far out. This one's definitely going to need a rock or two. There's the second one. All right. This one's got quite a bit of roots. You can see one here that grows up and zigzaggedy, but it's out of this knob end that I'm going to take off anyway. Yeah. This whole end here has a bunch of roots trying to grow back on itself. Take that off. This is growing straight down. I wonder if I can leave that little one. Remove this one. Take this off. I've only got these two little sprigs over here. I don't want to leave it with just that. So I'll go with that. That is very sparse. Very sparse. Let's see. I think I can do this little round one for this one until it grows some more roots. In the directions I'm hoping they will grow. That one's going to wrap around right away. Maybe put it over here. That one's still too long. Okay, this one's definitely going to need a rock. Or a few. Because it just doesn't have any roots. Bigger ones in here. So these are just going on the top for right now, just to position this. These are lava rocks, so water will go right through it. And hopefully they will just keep it in position for a little while, until the soil gets settled. And this last one. Let's see. It's got some long roots. I think this one I'm gonna give it a little higher. Okay, I gotta get a little bit more soil. This basically needs to grow roots on half the radius. Get these roots down here. I'm going to leave this one a little bit deeper in, but I'm still going to brace it up with some rocks. These just happen to be handy. Okay, and this is my South African fig, Ficus burtt-davyi, that was originally a root cutting, aerial root from my original plant, original tree. You can see this right here was all an aerial root, till you got to here where it was attached to the lowest branch of my larger, which is not very large, burtt-davyi. So this one decided to sprout a leaf, and I had cut it loose from the parent plant and left it in the pot for a long time. It didn't seem to die, and then it sprouted a leaf. So I pulled it out. It had its own roots, and I just stuck it in this little pot and let it grow. From 2023. This soil is very compacted. Ew, yeah. Ugh. Yep, that needed to be repotted. It's holding a lot of water. No wonder it sent out this ginormous aerial or wandering roots to look for drier pastures. Good grief. This is soggy. I was obviously overwatering it because I thought it kept drying out. Nope. Just has a coils and coils and coils of roots. Yes, coils of roots. And then a wandering root from up here, and another root up here, another root right here, and another root right there. Jeez, that's halfway around a ring right there. Okay, what I think I'm going to have to do I have some old-timey music stuck in my head because I've been listening to my Leon Redbone instead of the news. Cut all that off. And all his songs tend to stick in my head. Okay, this is swampy, and I think I'm just gonna leave the rest of these roots here. See what comes of them. There's very little feeder roots, and this stuff is very swampy. So I'm not putting it back into that same soil. Oh, I got a debate now. Should I put it in the more inorganic? Because that's really mucky. Although this was mostly organic material, inorganic soil. There must have been some mud or some kind of dirt in here that created that, because that's, I don't know what that is. Mud. I don't think it's moss. I think I will do a bottom layer of pumice. Leave it. I'm going to do a layer of pumice. And I'm going to mix a little of the more inorganic small size bonsai soil with this little richer bit of soil. None of it will have dirt in it. Let's see. And then hopefully this will leave it moist but still well draining enough that it doesn't turn into a mucky mess again. Somebody's getting the zoomies behind me, I think. Are you wound up? What did you do? Give me that. He's eating pumice off the floor. Do not eat the pumice. Oh, get out from that side. That's where you're getting it. Get out from there. No. Oh yeah, he's all feisty. Stop crashing into things. Okay. Well, they might be sparse, but they're halfway radial. Would you stop it? Good grief, dog. No, stop it. He thinks he's Ricochet Rabbit. Stop it. Okay. Don't think I'm going to run into any real air pockets under this one. Okay, so that's 5 new little guys started in the pots they can kind of grow. I do kind of want to keep these guys on the smaller side. I'm not looking to make giant bonsai out of them. So these pots should last them. I wonder if you need some rocks to steady you. That should help keep you. So there they are. We did 4 green Isle Banyan. We did 1 South African fig. I think they all look pretty good. So now they're just going to get watered. And I'll let them develop, just kind of develop some new roots to hold themselves in the pot. And then I will worry about the tops in a few more weeks. Some of them might start turning their leaves now also. Before, when they were all clumped together in one pot, they all had to reach around each other to get the light. So hopefully some of them will straighten out a little bit, and then I can decide what to keep and what to cut. And hopefully this little guy will be happier. He's got a big knob right here, but I'm not worried about that because I can cut way back to that once this thing develops a nice root base. So thanks very much for hanging out with me while I get a few repots done. Still waiting for my large bonsai soil to come in so that I can do my American elm and the sumacs on the other side are still dormant, but the hazel is already got buds on it. So thanks very much for hanging out with me while I did this repotting of these little guys, and we'll see how they go. In future installments of Bonsai Druid, I will be working on some American trees. Hopefully next time. Maybe this weekend if I get the soil in time.